That's a serious accusation. Listen, all I did was draw an abstract diagram. Disavow. Heavily disavow. Okay. So, as you guys might be aware, if you were up last night, ridiculously fucking late, okay? Kuihman's second father denied him. He's only got chud now. One of his two dads has left him in the dirt. Very sad to see. Very, very sad to see. I actually feel bad for him. Because I don't know if this is like a misunderstanding. Yeah, I know. It is actually quite sad. There we are. So let's pull this up. Here we go. So, what originally happened? Let me just pull these up. So, last night, if people are aware, I covered it. And this happened as it was ongoing. The original post is deleted. Now, what was the original post? There isn't a screenshot I could actually find of this, okay? The original post was mr.girl tweeting out Kuihman's live stream that he was doing at the time. He was on with Lav, and he was calling in. Oh my god, has he deleted? No, he's still got the original link up. Okay, so this is what was originally posted, okay? Max saw that Kuihman and Lav were on together and calling into Connor and Brianna Wu's stream, okay? Let's give you a little taste of what that interaction was like. Because it was actually gold. Like, it was... If you missed it last night, you are literally... You missed out on some pretty fucking good content, unironically. Can you actually not find their fucking channel? Is it buried that fucking deep? I am prepared, okay? It's not my fault that they are unsearchable.
Sunil.
Well, I'm turning the fucking live channel.
Okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. We're just going live. Not
things going on. I would
antisocial, and you might be a pedophile.
Yep. Something like this. Also, we'll follow him for in general.
Right. So, anyways. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I'm going to be mean here. And so, why do you need to come up with the Florida State statute?
Actually, I don't think that he would.
A dozen women.
Do I think that he?
Destiny deserves. If you. I'm going to say what I'm going to say anyways. So you asked me for opinion. I gave you the same opinion 20 minutes ago. I answered your question directly. 2 minutes ago, you accused me of not owning a single stance in this entire conversation.
Yeah.
So does your gay
with enough
loser fucking audience understand that you lied about something that happened in this conversation?
He said it in abstract. Okay? He did not direct it at anybody. Disavow. Heavily disavow.
Or are they still like, sweep? Connor's just sweeping for destiny. Do they understand that you were wrong about something?
So Connor, a position you also took in this conversation was that given enough recordings, sexual recordings, you would consider someone to be sexually predatory. Now you've walked that back because these would be third-degree felonies that would never meet your definition for sexual predator. But
oh, that's true, actually. So he goes through it like again and again and again, right? And Connor says, well, if it was a pattern, you know, if it was several people that he'd done this to. And eventually they count up the amount of people they can think of, and they get to 6. And Connor's like, well, you know, I think in Florida law, actually, to be a sexual predator, it needs to be first-degree felonies. It's like, okay. Oh my god, fuck. Let me see. There was a stream clip when I reacted to this.
You just answer a question instead of being a about it, Kuihman.
It's the fast. It's
I don't believe in the death penalty. There's no in between to me, Connor, because that endpoint doesn't exist. I'm asking for your opinion.
Oh, I don't know why it's a clip of my stream rather than anything else, but there we are. Actually, the clips from last night were pretty fucking good.
Yeah, because you didn't give me enough time to read the...
So Mr. Girl sees this stream going on, right? He sees it, and he tweets out saying that Kuihman and Lavloon, you'll have to take my word on this, okay, because it's deleted now. Kuihman and Lavloon should be on the sexual predator registry for what they're doing to Connor Points and Brianna Wu right now. And then he tweets out Kuihman's stream, right? Spamming, dude, you sent it since I started the fucking stream. Like half an hour ago. Okay. No derailing. Segment time. So Max tweets this out, right? And basically says, you're gonna have to take my fucking word on this, because it's deleted now. But Max says, Kuihman and Lavloon should be on the sexual predator registry. Or the sex offender registry. For what they're doing to Connor Points right now, okay? And then he tweets out Kuihman's link, right? Mantis comes in and says, should Kuihman be put on the registry for encouraging his community, to identify my non-intentionally leaked nudes and harass me over them to this day? Just wondering how far this registry extends. We can just leave it to abuse if you want. How's it going? Max, obviously, because it's Max, right? Obviously he's going to take this seriously. So he goes, hey, this is a concerning story. I obviously don't want to be signal boosting that kind of behaviour, nor hypocrisy that sweeps it under the rug. Can you send me more of this? And then he sends DMs that she's clearly screenshotted on the day they happened, when Spicy was still interested in Little. Yeah, true. When Spicy, so this is on the day, right? And if you're not familiar with what happened, Tomfoolery basically used to be J-Stalk, the Destiny after show, right? But there was a problem. There was a controversy he got in, because there was started to be allegations that he was being like quite creepy or kind of weird and sex pesty. Okay? This is raging on. Tom goes to open his folder, like his file explorer, on his fucking PC, right? And then just shows like nudes. He tries to play it off as if like, oh man, that was just a meme I was looking at. Okay? People screenshotted it, right? It got, people figured out pretty fucking quickly who it was. And it got discussed in Spicy Chat. So far as I'm aware, it never actually got shown or sent to Spicy Chat. And there was people, Tom flashed Mantis News on stream, then tried to lie and say it was a trans man being gross. Oh my god. Oh, growing pains. You sent the copy pasta. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a yeah, it's a masculine trans person who's been taking estrogen or something. They're just jacking off and making a really gross face. It was just meant to be shocking. That's how he's talking about his lover's nudes, okay? And this became extra drama, right? Because at the time, Tom was kind of dating Sassafras. And he's being sent nudes by Mantis, okay? So that's an angle for why people are interested in this. But, so far as I'm aware, those nudes were never sent to Spicy Chat, okay? I think there were people talking about who was in them. But, yeah. Obviously, there are people here who know a lot more about this situation than me. If I misspeak, feel free to hop in the waiting room, okay? I'll hop in the live in the Discord. If you need to give me extra contacts, alright? Because I don't want to obviously lie about this. So, there we go. Here we are. So, Rude Mudcrab. No fucking clue who that is. It might be Mr. Mean. I don't know if he's changed his fucking name. They're confirming it. One of the chatters was involved at some point. What's your evidence presented to the class? Kuihman just confirmed to me that he got sent as nudes. Total lie. I was referring to Kuihman as well. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Kuihman is basically joking about it. He's being a little bit irreverent, okay? Okay, that's the N-word. It's really not verifiable. Only people who have seen a naked could possibly know. People are basically kind of like speculating about it, right? Kuihman didn't get sent nudes. That's true. I know that was a joke there, okay? This Rude Mud Crab guy is basically confirming it. Kind of, yeah. So, it was discussed, okay? It was discussed in Spicy Chat. So far as I'm aware, I don't think it was actually confirmed, right? I don't think it was actually confirmed in Spicy Chat, and the nudes were never sent, okay? There were people trying to stop the discussion at the time, so far as I'm aware, yeah. So, Kuihman's response to the screenshots is, this is obviously tongue-in-cheek. This is an obvious tongue-in-cheek comment about presenting to the class, mocking the idea that this person is analysing the photos so closely. I saw Mudcrab's treatment of you was pretty weird repeatedly. I said Mudcrab's treatment of you was pretty weird repeatedly, and any photos that were shared were censored. I made an immediate effort to have the content deleted from Chud's and my own Discord server, and can be seen here days after the leak, expressing that I thought the situation was fucked up, and Zonia was doing something really wrong by coming after you at the time. Let's have a look at this.
So,
Yeah, so Deprom, you are right. It's just pretty crazy that it's like just total. It's Nuke Mantis, Nuke Mantis, Nuke Mantis. Oh yeah, by the way, her nude got leaked by Tom by no fault of her own. Is 100% her. Fuck Mantis, fuck Mantis, fuck Mantis. Like what? Even I was on stream. Okay, I know why you're gonna say this is, but even when I was on stream, I was like, no, this is actually kind of fucked up. This does suck. It isn't her fault this has happened at all, other than being retards sending nudes to tomfoolery. But it's fucking stupid. Yeah, as long as you're a high council, spinning narratives her favourites. It's a fucking pathetic, man.
Okay. So, I don't know, February 12th. It doesn't show what days those messages are from, okay? But I'm assuming that's like quite soon afterwards. If you're saying the other day I was saying on stream, blah, 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 right? So, there we are. Max, however, disagrees, okay? It doesn't come off as obviously tongue-in-cheek to me. It's possible the other chatters read it in that way, but I can see why Mantis would prefer an unequivocal stance against discussing or even joking about the news, as both draw more attention to them. I mean, isn't that what you would want if it was you, right? And I don't think Kuihman actually responds to this. But Mantis does. Okay, Mantis does. It doesn't seem like he just thought it was weird, right? No, I don't know whose they are. If people have screenshots, they should not be spreading them around. Again, this is completely out of context, and the exact date for when this, when this screenshot was taken just isn't included, right? So, this is pretty rough. This is pretty rough, right? Bro. There was more context about this, right? So then she replies to the original tweet and says, just FYI, these people enjoy quoting Tom maliciously to harass me. That's incorrect. This is not what happened. I would attach all the replies under Tom's latest tweet to show you, but I'd rather not. So yeah, Tom's latest tweet was getting a little raucous. Okay, check the sick quote tweet. Equals spicy convos a violation of consent and replies. Okay, can you link it to me? Fuck. If you link it to me in the Discord, I'll pull it up, okay? But this is Max's, so far as I can see, his final statement on it. Thank you for the context. Given the sensitivity of this issue, the poor taste of my original tweet, and the story you've told me, I deleted the tweet, okay? I appreciate you letting me know about this. So, saying the sensitivity of the issue, the poor taste of his original tweet, joking about going on the sex offender registry, and the story you've told me, I've deleted the tweet, okay? So, basically, Kuihman gets, into an argument with Max. Max says he disagrees with Kuihman's characterization. There's even better, though. There's an even better screenshot. Fuck! Because Kuihman replies to Mantis' tweet. I remember this. Fuck! Oh, please. Kuihman replied, didn't he? Where did Kuihman reply? Fuck! Shit! Okay. I've completely forgot. I almost forgot about this tweet, okay? Because Max gets really fucking heated, actually, about this. Because I think, you know, I'll help you, soul. Okay. Fuck. Sent me the sick retweet. Okay, nice. Thank you so much. Ah, okay. Here we are. So, retweets when she, you know, tweets out these images. There was an accidental leak. Blah, 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 right? Sick retweets. Jesus Christ. Yes, and that was a retarded move to pretend, even in private, that it wasn't you. Whether or not so erudite's concerns for Pixie were genuine at the time, Destiny absolutely knew there was no way that Pixie's identity was being hidden or that story was being buried. Every step of the way, he tried to downplay the severity of the situation Pixie was in, and she was given false hope and reassurance as a result. To be fair, she was suicidal, so I can understand why. Yeah. Mind you, at the same time that Destiny and Not So Erudite were telling Pixie that they'd make sure not to bring attention to her revenge porn, they were making jokes about Nick Fuentes on X, which undeniably leads people to seek out the leaks at the first... Yeah, that is a good point, actually. That's an angle I hadn't even considered before. Yeah. Not So Erudite... I've got this in my document, actually. Not So Erudite was making jokes about the fact that Nick Fuentes was in the leaks, right? Just like memeing about it. Drawing attention to them, you know. You and Tom were always retarded for thinking that the way to defend yourself in a nude leak is to pretend it isn't you. The minute you do that is the minute you aren't allowed to have issues with people distributing said material. I don't know if that's quite true. You have to pick it. Oh, I see what he means. You have to pick a side in these situations. You cannot just pretend it's trans porn, because if it is, then there's no issue with sharing it around and laughing with your friends about Tom's porn interests. That is a good point, actually. I see what he means. Because, like, if we believe you, then you can share it around. No, sorry. If we were to believe Tom when he said, oh, you know, these are just right? Then fine, you know, we'll spread it around. Oh my god, have you seen this funny thing that happened in Tom's stream? Right? Okay. Also, Spicy thought it was you, made sure to confirm it, and Stylo removed any trace of it within 10 minutes. This is true. I think I could be totally wrong, right? I'm pretty sure this is the reason that Stylo got mod at that time. Because he wanted to, like, he was basically shouting down people, trying to get it removed, right? And then eventually, because he was, I think he says in these logs that I've seen, you know, this is why I want mod, so I can right? So I think this is why he gets mod. Your boyfriend played stupid for 5 days. Let's not act like you were bad faith actors here. Edit, just to clarify, I'm not saying Mantis had to admit in public that it was her, yeah. There were no obviously identifying features. Her and Tom could have easily contacted Chud Logic and had him inform specific individuals to make sure that her leak was definitively taken care of permanently. Instead, Tom foolery used his own mistake as an opportunity to grandstand about morals, because his ego was more important than solving the issue he created. Okay. This is actually a very, very good response to the situation. The question is, though, is Max going to see this? And is this going to, you know, resonate with Max? Because I think Max has a very, very hard line on this kind of stuff, right? The leaking, the sharing of nudes, right? I think he would say that's like sexual abuse. At least so far as I can see in these tweets. Oh my god, okay. What I was going to pull up before, okay. The final little bit of this interaction. Is when Max seems to get really, really heated. Okay. Here we are. Here's why I couldn't find this. So, Jesus Christ, this is split over like fucking 20 different threads. Holy shit. Okay, so this is the one where Kuihman sends a screenshot of tomfoolery, right? Okay. And Kuihman said, "Yes, I was laughing at Tom panicking. What does that have to do with me calling what does that have to do with me calling Mudcrab for being a freak? I guess calling out Mudcrab, or calling Mudcrab a freak. Not a good look, Kuihman. You should apologise for a very clear violation of consent, but instead, you're making excuses." "I've got no issue apologising," Kuihman says, "if you feel I've mishandled the situation. This is the first time you've said that. I'm only correcting the characterization of events. Obviously, I said at the time it was a very fucked up situation, and the photos shouldn't have been shared regardless of how quickly they were moderated." Okay? And Connor comes here to try and get a fucking W. Yeah. But he kind of fails, so. Okay. Max says, "This is a bullshit apology. Quote, I've got no issues apologizing. Okay, then do it. Quote, if you feel like I mishandled it. No shit she feels you mishandled it. What do you think? Quote, this is the first time you've said that. So, she probably thought you'd dismiss her, which you are. Quote, obviously. Not obvious to her, apparently. Quote, the photos shouldn't have been spread regardless of how quickly they were moderated. AKA, you moderated them at near light speed. So this entire apology is fake because you think you did a perfect job. I'm not sure if there's actually a response to this from Kuihman. I think at this point he probably just like decided to leave this alone. But I did see Kuihman in Spicy last night. I don't think he was very happy about this. Obviously, I feel bad for him. He's been a Mr.Girl fan for a while. Obviously, Mr.Girl's coming into this with like no fucking never meet your heroes. Obviously, Mr.Girl's coming into this with no context about what's going on. And, you know, Mantis is, you know, telling a pretty insane story, right? Yeah, no context at all. That's the problem, right? Don't worry. He's up here, okay? We've got morale to come. But, yeah, I don't know if this is going to burn the very new, the very recent Mr.Girl Kuihman bridge, okay? I don't know if they've appeared on panels together. Have they? But did they appeared on J-Stalks together, actually? Didn't they? Yeah, they did. I don't know if it will. I think my read is that Max deleted this and deleted his endorsement, right? Just as a thing of like, look, my first comment was poor taste anyway. Let's see what he actually says. The issue's very sensitive, right? So there's a risk that he could get this wrong, right? He says his original tweet was poor taste, so maybe he got too excited, had a, you know, a moment of exuberance. And the story you've told me, right? So not necessarily saying this is true. Who's deleted the tweet? I think this can probably be, you know, discussed in private. This could probably be resolved. I don't think there's anything like necessarily to worry here. I think this will probably be fine. This might just have to be like rehashed, unfortunately, right? But Morale decided to jump in. Okay, Morale, friend of the stream. Well, people have called him a Kuihman orbiter. I don't know if he accepts that. Well, no, I think he knows he shares a lot with his audience. Anyway, he weighs in. Obviously, Morale, also a big fan of Mr.Girl. Okay, as am I. To be fair, he weighs in. Why? I genuinely don't understand why Morale commented this. Because I'm fairly sure... Yeah, this is 20 minutes after Mr. Girl is clearly not happy. He clearly thinks there's something possibly that went wrong in this situation. He's retracted his tweet, right? Morale, so far as... Well, I think he said he said already, right? He's got DMs with Mr. Girl. I think they're communicating. I don't know if it's checking, if Mr. Girl's going to check over his content, right? Well, he said on my stream yesterday, yeah. He's going to check over his content, or if they're... I don't think they're working on something together, but, no. I think this is a bad move, because if Max sees this, and I would not suspect that Mantis wouldn't send this to Mr. Girl, right, if it's an issue. Can you see how many times a tweet's been shared? No, you can't. But Morale probably can, and I'm surprised this is still up. I'm surprised Morale hasn't deleted this. But there we go. So far as I'm aware, I can't see any more context, right? I'm going to check the waiting room, see if anyone's called in. Ooh, there is more. Hellbent comes through. Okay. So I completely missed this, okay? I completely missed this. So, in response to Six's tweet that we read earlier, right, where he kind of lays out the position, the differences in the situations, and so on and so forth, right? Mantis says, absolutely insane how people will just publicly defend violating consent. I'm sorry, we didn't handle it the way you think is best. That's not a justification. It makes sense that you're dating the girl who leaked our relationship to others, lied, and proliferated false narratives. So I don't know why the fuck Mantis here is trying to bring sassafras into it, right? No fucking clue at all. These people, these are old fucking, like, drama people, right? I don't think they're even in the scene anymore. They're, like, the Orbit... You've got Destiny, okay? Tom orbits Destiny, or used to, right? These people, if we zoom in, these people orbit Tom, okay? This is how small this drama is. But Kuihman's got wrapped up into it, you know? It got talked about in the Chudlight Discord, and that's why we're here, okay? Sick will be back. Sick will be back. They're old spicy chatters. Fair play. Well, who isn't, but, you know. Anyway. Right. Also... I'm sorry you didn't we didn't handle it in the way that you think is best. That's not a justification. Well, no. It's not that. He literally describes how it is a justification. You said this was random porn. You can't object to people spreading it if what you're trying to say is this is random porn. Right? That's the reason why, right? But then she's trying to bring sassafras into it for God knows not what reason, okay? Also, people will just publicly defend violating consent. I don't know what she's talking about here, but what Sick is talking about is Tom pulls it up on stream, right? Other people see he's got porn in his folder, because that's interesting, right? That's funny. They share it. It then comes out there's a suspicion that it might be Mantis, actually. And then they say, no, it's not Mantis, it's trans porn. So, yeah, you're not violating anyone's consent. Anyway. Sick responds to this. Didn't your boyfriend, Tom Foolery, who, leaked the Mantis picture, didn't your boyfriend secretly record my girlfriend, Sassafras, Tom's ex-girlfriend, right? Do we want to talk about consent? Or are you going to pivot to the law now, so that way you can say it's justified? Because if that's the case, Spicy didn't break any laws by making fun of Tom pretending you were trans. Yes, he recorded your girlfriend after she consistently violated his boundaries and had been caught lying. Problem is, I don't think Mantis has ever explained what these lies are, right? Yes, and Tom secretly recorded a call where Sassafras confronted him, basically, for cheating, right? By sexting Mantis in the background. But Mantis' justification for this is, well, she broke boundaries before. What boundaries, okay? Who fucking knows? I don't think it's inherently immoral to record non-sexual phone calls. He was recording it with his, at the time, girlfriend. Who was trying to, like... Who was basically emotionally, like, torn. Because she is just realising that her boyfriend has been fucking, like, sexting e-whores. Jesus. Who? It's important to fucking note, okay? Sass was never Tom's GF. Okay, I've heard debate on this. Okay, if you want to come on and correct, feel free to jump into the waiting room, alright? Okay. You're missing the point, Mantis. Your boyfriend made public statements about private DMs that did not match what he said. That is permission for Sass to release those DMs. So that's what she's talking about releasing boundaries. Okay. As Tom clearly doesn't care if said information is private or not. In a similar fashion, I could show DMs proving that Tom lives or lived, depending on how current the information is, a whole ass year later, in his parents' basement. But if I talked about it publicly, it's just as good as leaking the DMs. How does Sick know all of this? How does Sick know so fucking much? Oh my god, and then Mantis is so fucking fired up. She does 2 fucking replies. Not like she's planning a thread. She sends 2 replies, almost 10 minutes apart from each other. So, I don't know why you're denying that your girlfriend stayed behind the scenes, non-stop leaking their private DMs to people. Leaking to people, not to the public, okay? Who were obviously stirring up drama publicly, in order to exacerbate things. She threw a tantrum and violated consent, instead of being an adult. I feel like she's borrowed all of this language from the fucking Destiny situation, right? I don't know if she has ever talked about this in reference to, like, violating someone's consent. This seems like all language that she just nicked from, like, Pixie and fucking Cherry's fucking statements, no? Tell me if I'm fucking wrong, right? I've never heard her use this terminology before. Okay. None of this shows that, has shown that I'm a hypocrite, which I know you're trying desperately to accomplish. You're just pissed off that I was wronged and somebody noticed. So you're making it all about Tom and your girlfriend. Stop embarrassing yourself. I don't think Sick ever replied after this. I sent you a screenshot? Ah, okay. This was under Sick's first tweet. Okay. Now, this is somebody sending me essentially their own tweet, okay? But this is also important context, so I will excuse it, okay? Are you seriously justifying violating consent? Okay, I'm guessing by this... Hellbent, this is a fucking unhinged reply. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, so this is her talk. I'm guessing this is after the Destiny situation, right? So this seems like, again, it's just fucking... She's fucking stealing all this language from the Destiny situation. Hellbent says, hey, quick question. Following the hack/KF publication, Destiny's phimosis addled peen was extensively discussed in Spicy, without the images being reposted, of course. Who violated Destiny's consent in this scenario? Spicy Chat or the hacker? Interesting question. Truly given us an interesting thing to ponder. She never replies. She never replies to the phimosis addled peen question. You don't know what phimosis is? Okay. This might be a little bit too disgusting. Okay? I'll just draw an artist's impression, okay? Of what it looks like. Okay? So the foreskin is just, it's always there. There's no head, right? And that is just a pit of darkness. That is why people call it a sandworm. You can't pull it back. Okay? Yeah. This is sexual harassment. I'm just explaining what phimosis is. That's a serious accusation, okay? Needs surgery? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty dark. Pretty dark. Oh my god. So yeah, that's it. So far as I'm aware, Max hasn't talked about it. So far as I'm aware, oh dude, Trailblazers. Fuck off. So far as I'm aware, Kuihman hasn't publicly tweeted about this. This is just disappeared into the background. Which, yeah. Listen, all I did was draw an abstract diagram.